So sorry for taking a minute. I kick things off by looking at the thing I didn't get to watch yesterday, the Inside Star Citizen. Alarm. I responded to what you said. I was like, I could have sworn that was the normal payout. Okay. Well, I'm gonna start stream with watching the ISC because I didn't watch it yesterday. Start with that and then I'll get to farming. Hopefully it doesn't have anything bad. It has so much info. I would hope so. Considering it's about... Right. Oh, the design doc. Yeah, I know. I have that up too. That's right here. There's so much to read though. So maybe I pull that up during quantum jumps. I don't know. We'll see. But for now, I'll watch this. See what they have to say.
So we've been talking about engineering in one way or another for several years now, whether that's ISC.
I am really looking forward to see what you all will be doing with it.
Or SCL. Is engineered this absolutely enormous behemoth thing that's going to ruin everybody's experience?
If you're into that, yes.
Or even two different CitizenCon presentations.
We already talked about it several times, but wait, there's one more thing.
Those are really the main people that
when I was dressed up as a late-night television host vampire and dumping sand throughout the LA office without permission.
Don't ever do this again! They're begging me not to continue! But we will show them! Count Disco does not know how to listen!
Yes, it was a different time. But over the years, the systems have continued to evolve, and now, after 7 videos, several Arena Commander and tech preview tests, and the current PTU cycle underway now, we've never been closer to bringing the next evolution of spaceflight to life ahead of our intended release later this month. So rather than go through every detail once again of what you're already experiencing on the PTU now, I sat down with Torsten for this short discussion of what I'm calling Inside Star Citizen, Talking with Torsten.
He's getting really
show
creative
about
with the
engineering
titles lately.
Before it's been released. And that's why we didn't do another CitizenCon thing this year. All right, we can probably shorten it to just Talking with Torsten. Yeah. So, right off the bat, it's been a year since we did that last ISC on engineering. What's the same? What's changed?
We didn't change a lot. What did change is the main direction of the feature itself.
Just the main direction.
Just the main direction. Technically, everything that you had in the Arena Commander, everything that we talked about still stands true. So everything that we discussed, all the intentions we had, still stands true. We had before, like, the direction of things have to happen. You have to be on your toes. You have to be very reactive to everything that is happening. We noticed that this is not particularly fun. So
just giving people something to do is not enough.
Giving people something to do can be really fun, but it pulls too much attention to these rather than of the gameplay that you should experience.
Warning, fire detected.
So the direction that we got was, and we are now acting on, is that engineering gameplay is there to extend the lifetime of the ships rather than making your life miserable on a ship.
It's a nice change.
I think it might be worth it, yes.
Let's refresh ourselves on the basics of how it works for people who haven't gone back and watched the 7 previous videos. The first thing is preemptive or preventative stuff, the stuff that happens before things happen. Tell me how you use engineering to prepare your ship.
One of the main things right now that you have to do, or you should do, is prepare for travels. So you should buy fuses ahead of time so that you can replace them once they break on the ship. You should buy enough filled RMC canisters so that you are able to repair the components on site. So this is like the prep work, the first hopefully 5 minutes if we can make something work.
He's trying to get vendors added to the spaceports so that you don't have to run around. We'll see if we end up with that or not. I'll say it. You don't have to say it. Continue.
For bigger ships that allow
They
components to be
should
swapped
just
out
make a
in
kiosk
flight
for
or
the freight elevator
in your
for us
travels.
to buy
You can
basic
also
necessities.
prepare by buying components and then storing them on the ship so that you can replace them.
So first part of engineering resource network is preparation. In the single seat ships, the fighters and stuff, does this still affect their day-to-day life?
No. So yes, but no. so engineering gameplay affects everything. What engineering gameplay does there is that it extends the lifetime. So imagine you are on your single-seater fighter, you're not doing too well, and you barely survive. Now you can use the MFD to repair the components that allow you to travel back home. So this is the extension of the lifetime of the ship that
Just
you
we're not
invested
going to
time
be full
in.
death.
So then
by
for ships
everybody.
with interiors up to the bigger multi-crew ships,
Yes.
the next big change with engineering is a damage to your components.
So on the ships with interior, you will have access to the components. By having access to the components, there's the chance for you to repair on-site or repair while they are taking damage.
Look at them
Normally
trying
you
to
would die
tease an
in the game
NPC sitting in
is
the
like
ship.
That
does
4.4,
nothing.
but with engineering gameplay, you would be able then to point the repair gun at the component, bring it back from 0 health to full health, so you get your power plant back, or you extinguish the fire, repair afterwards, and then you're ready to go. And that scales now with the amount of people that you can fit on your ship. So yes, the next chapter of engineering is repairing and exchanging of components and potentially exchanging fuses.
And it's not just managing the components, it's managing the relays. How do the relays work?
They changed a little. So if you recall in the early tech preview and even the early Arena Commander mode, relays were like the weak point of any ship. We thought back in the day that this is a really, really good idea. And to a degree, it would be. But with ships where some relays are placed in a very accessible position for getting shot at some point there will be the expert players that will just target those and you will be rendered useless within a blink of an eye, which disagrees with the statement of we have to bump up the TTK here. So relays and fuses are
Not if
still
you ask a
relevant.
vendor one.
But if a relay does not hold any fuses anymore,
You ask a vendor one, he
basically
says
the
the
ship
time to kill should be
cannot
shorter.
support the full amount of power that the power plant would allow you to have. It makes sense to repair or restock the fuses.
But it's not going to stop your cold. It's not going to prevent doors from opening anymore. If you don't effectively address the needs of your components and everything, it can now generate a new hazard for the interiors of spaceships, fire.
Warning, fire detected.
So fire can happen in several ways in our game. So one aspect is exterior induced damage to your ship that can cause a fire. Components will trigger fire based on hits from bullets. So energy weapons are right now the most effective one in setting interiors on fire if they hit the components on the interior.
Gotta love that they show
Versus
the
ballistics, they
jank
have a very small chance
of
of
the ballistics
igniting
and
the
other
components.
ammo types just going
And the
right
next
through
big
the
thing
ship.
is mismanagement of your ship. So if you make your ship run too hot, so if you, for example, think you don't need the full power on your coolers, that means that all the other components start to overheat. We have a system in place that basically has the auto shut off of some of the components, but sometimes that might not be enough. So the temperature rises so high that the component itself incinerates, and then you have a fire due to this systemic approach. And then the third type is malfunctions. These are induced by the wear and tear. So the higher the wear and tear of the component, the higher the chances is in different stages that they can trigger an ignition.
You've repaired it a few times, but you haven't replaced it.
Correct, yes.
And in dealing with fire, how do you deal with fire?
So it's good,
So
that's
you
gotta
have
go
the
in tandem with
extinguisher
the
that we now
things
place
having
on every
random
ship.
failures as well.
Which is the active counter to that. The more fire extinguisher point to the same fire, so they're much quicker. That's the most straightforward way. The next way is venting the ship. And for the release, the way that you will be able to do that is by daisy chaining doors. So what you have to do, basically open the door next to the next door, so that you at some point reach a door that leads to the exterior
And vent the atmosphere.
and vent the atmosphere out.
Sounds like when you're the second player playing Gyromite back in the day. So yeah, repairing with replacement components and fuses if you have interiors, repairing those components and replacing those fuses if they take damage, and then dealing with fires. That's essentially the engineering loop that's on its way in 4 or 5. We've recently been in tech preview testing. How's that been going?
The feedback that we received is helped us a lot, and helped us also to make some points in some of the changes that we have been seeing now between the different tech previews, which is really good because it brings the gameplay to exactly what we want to have, which is extending lifetime of ships and not being an annoyance, a constant annoyance. One thing that had to come with the engineering gameplay is a full rebalance. So a full rebalance of all weapons, of all ship components, of like basically how
Which
our
still
character, the
needs
ship,
rebalancing.
functions in the game. I think we are approaching right now a good baseline for the release. So I'm hoping that we get some more testing in, because the longer we have the tech preview running, the more we see what needs still to be updated. So
Now, at the time that this airs, because we're recording this rather early in November, we'll be on PTU. We'll be on PTU with full-blown testing for an intended December release, which is really exciting. Ending the year
It's
with
never a
a new
good
star
sign when
system
they
wasn't
say
quite enough.
the
We want to end the year
intended
with this gameplay system. It's going to fundamentally change every spaceship in the game that we've been talking about for 5 years at this point. As far as every ship, we say it will affect every ship, and not every ship equally at the time of this release. My understanding is there's about 80 ships at the point of 4 or 5 release that have everything. There's about 30 ships in various states of conversion. Some have engineering screens but don't have physicalized components. Some have physicalized components but don't have engineering screens. Through all of it, you'll be able to use engineering one way or another. Last thing you want to say to folks as they're testing in PTU now and they see this ahead of its intended release before the end of December.
yeah, so I definitely need to shout out like the people that have been sticking around with me and with everyone involved in that feature. It's a huge group, but the core people that really deserve a lot of like praise are Guillermo, and Scott. Those are my key personnel that without them we wouldn't be here. So with that out of the way, the feature is made to stay. This is Star Citizen. This is the definition of Star Citizen. This is what we always wanted, and finally we have it.
Where we've been talking about going for the last
Yes.
5 years, yeah.
It doesn't mean, though, that what you see right now is set in stone. So we appreciate all the feedback that we receive. We are aware that we don't deliver something that is perfect right away. So we need your help,
does, to
as
be fair.
always, to point out the things where we can still improve. We are not done yet with engineering gameplay. There are still things that we have on the list. And we are consciously holding back those ideas right now because we think we already gave a lot, and we are a bit scared of overwhelming the players a bit. And now
baby
we want
steps,
to
polish
observe
what
you
you got.
playing that and basically
Not
figuring
only are you
out
going to overwhelm the
what
players, but you're
still
gonna
needs to be
overwhelm
added,
yourselves.
or even what we need to adjust.
Well, that's Torsten Lyman on
I'll
engineering,
catch up on
available on
chat in a minute.
PTU
I'll
right
address
now.
both
If you
those
haven't jumped
things
in
in a
and
second.
given it a try, do so. And yeah, as we head towards our December
I
release
disagree
for
with what you just
4.5.
said, Scott. I'll get into that in a
Oh,
second.
and as a coda, since we recorded this, we've also decided to add armor into this release as well. So keep a lookout for the upcoming engineering
that
guide
was
that'll
needed
go out with the release
in
of
tandem with
4.5 to
engineering
learn
armor.
more.
But
Thanks for watching. We'll see you all again next year.
still got 30 seconds. Would you even bother putting at the end? Nothing? A whole lot of nothing. Okay, so no, they didn't need NPC crews and blades before engineering. Why? Because they have to test the core functionality of engineering as a whole and how it will work properly before they convolute and dilute the issues and the feedback with NPCs and blades. You deal with the core mechanic, you polish the core mechanic, and then you put in the frivolous stuff like NPCs and blades. If they threw NPCs in right now, how are they? It's going to make it even harder to balance and to polish up engineering, because NPCs are jank enough as is. Imagine trying to give them tasks that we don't even know what they need to be doing. You know? So it may not be in the state everyone wants because there are so many introverts that play this game, but it's a necessary and painful growth of a step to have it without. It's not that they need to throw them in, it's the NPC tech should have been improved over 13 years. The NPCs themselves can't fix their own ships, and then they'd be like... It's... And to that, I even disagree to that. I mean, yes, dealing with the NPC AI is mind-numbing and frustrating all at the same time because they're incredibly fucking stupid. They're jank all the goddamn time. But that circles back to my original statement. Focus on the core gameplay, focus on the core mechanics, then focus on the frivolous stuff like NPCs. That could be worried about later. Having core mechanics like engineering involved before they address anything NPC related, because if they do anything NPC related right now, then they'll have to readdress NPCs again later. And I know you're saying over the last 13 years, but they'll have to readdress the NPCs over and over and over and over and over and over and over again as they add more shit for them to deal with. So then you focus on the core mechanics first and then introduce a polishment of the NPCs when you have all the stuff that they're going to be dealing with. That way you're not going over your work all over again 30 plus times. So NPCs can stay on the back burner. I don't give a shit. I'd rather them focus on core mechanics. And to answer with your original question, Bakes, fire hazards for like missions and stuff. I mean, they kind of already did that with the QV station. I don't know that they would add any to Onyx though. But they have the fire hazard in order to progress in the QV. So I could see more of that in the future, but I don't know that they would go like retroactively add that stuff to pre-existing missions. But that argument is the same argument CIG used to justify never optimizing the game, and yet now CIG says they're focusing on optimizing Star Citizen. Yes, because Squadron 42 is in its polishment phase. So they pulled a lot of devs out of that and are now on Star Citizen. Hence the insane increase of development in Star Citizen in general. When Squadron 42, it's priorities, right? So when Squadron 42 releases, there is going to be a massive influx of players. Because they're going to go play the single-player experience and be like, oh shit, there's an MMO version of this? They need that optimized so a more general audience can play it. Optimizing it and making it run better should always be a focal point. Granted, yeah, that's been their argument in the past, but now we're at the point in time where it makes sense to focus on the optimization. Because there's going to be influx players, there's less focus on Squadron 42. They're bringing in a lot of more mechanics and just shit in general into Star Citizen. So focusing on optimization and core mechanics in tandem makes sense. So you got to optimize the new shit that you bring in anyway. Those going together makes more sense. NPCs, for the most part, other than like the PvP aspect, or not PvP, the PvE aspect, like combat, they're just filler. They aren't necessary for us to have interaction with the core mechanics of the game. Oh, I've gotten a lot of unhappy solos popping into my chat too, but I just hit them with the sucks to suck. That's the harsh reality. Socialize. It's an MMO. Just wait. We're in the phase of development where we're dealing with growing pains. That's the harsh reality. Suck it up or just wait. That's the mindset I have on it, because it's just a matter of it is what it is. And if you didn't want to get involved in testing the game and the growing pains of testing said game, then you shouldn't have gotten involved to begin with. As a solo pilot, you could still run your big-ass ships. You could still solo a C2, a Polaris, what have you, your big-ass ships. You just can't go into combat as much. Sure, it's already super fucking cumbersome to deal with a big ship in the live state of the game. Sure, it'll become more cumbersome with engineering. It's not exactly ideal to run a big-ass ship without engineering either. So, to me, it makes no difference. It's just a matter of maintenance on ship. That's it. So if you want to solo your big-ass ship, you can. You just have to play within your means. It's just problematic because some backers have been waiting almost 14 years. The world record. Yeah, well, I mean, and to that, again, it is what it is. If you have any sort of like, there's so much involved, right? You got the nonsense of how this game has been managed, or rather the mismanagement of the development of this game. So it's taken even longer, and not to mention the way they've raised money over the years, etc. Like there's take all of that out of the equation. The average game development time is 6 to 7 years. So maybe 5 to 7 if you want to be generous. But that's the average development time. That's for games like Cyberpunk. Pretty much any big-ass game like that. But like Cyberpunk, Elder Scrolls, I don't know how long Expedition 33 took. But open world or even not open world, it takes a long time to develop games. And then you take the average game that's being developed, already on a game engine that exists. They reconstructed a game engine and made it its whole new entity on and of itself. And then the amount of time it takes to just make a ship and the sheer quantity of ships that we have in the game, never mind the immense amount of mechanics that we have involved in this one-of-a-kind game engine, that takes a long ass time too. So even if they didn't have, like, the mess that they've had of mismanagement within the game, as far as, like, money and allocating resources, all that jazz, I still think this game would have taken, if they knew what they were doing from the beginning, because it's been growing pains and them learning as they go from the get-go, at best, we would have had the game by now, I feel like. Maybe even 2 years ago. But we wouldn't have had what we could have here in the near future. So the amount of time it's taking to develop is, in my opinion, a moot point and a weak argument, and it's in tandem with those who are like, oh, Star Citizen's a scam. I've grown jaded with people being like, oh, it's taken so long to develop, and it's so much money. Uh-huh. It sure has. Don't look at how much it costs to develop Cyberpunk 2077 or The Witcher or any Elder Scrolls game. Helldivers 2 bug swarms on a moon planet and Star Citizen would be epic. Yes. I won't say I don't think that would fit into the Star Citizen universe, but I don't know how they would fit that in. I guess would be a better way to put it. Fuck off, Scott.
Welcome
This
to the
Evo shit.
ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
I hear if you think Expedition 33 is too emo, you might have bad taste.
Your insurance claim has been sent.
Oh shit, it's down at Area 18. Well, done played myself. Oh well. I'll go do a Hyperion run then.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Am I liking Soulframe? It's good, but it's that typical Digital Extremes grind fest, which I don't mind, and I understand it's in a pre-alpha stage, but there's both a lot to do and a narrow scope of things to do. I like how there's a lot embedded in the world that they've created, but gaining standing is so fucking tedious. Getting leveled up and getting more gear, so tedious. Unfortunately.
Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Hope there's a lot more RPG elements. Yeah.
Please visit
I get the feeling it's just gonna be like a... I mean, it's in the name. It's another Warframe, but it's just Soulframe, you know, just fantasy version. Which is fine. You know, having a different flavor of that is good. And I definitely like the more explorative and story-driven version that they've created with Soulframe. It's just... you know, Warframe is a sea of content because they've been doing that shit for like, I was at like 10, 11 years now? 11? Actually, it might be 11 or 12. But they've been doing that shit for a while with Warframe. So the Soulframe's got like, you got a shot glass of water compared to a sea of content. I think more, obviously, is to come. I'm hoping what they do is expand the area of which you're able to just go do things, because the little island you got right now, it's a very small island.
You are clear to launch.
Yeah, I don't know. I try not to get caught up in like what could be. I just try to look at what has been provided. And unless there's something definitive from devs saying that there will or will not be something,
Thank you. Please visit again.
then I take it at face value. I think Star Citizens kind of kept me at bay with that, to be honest. Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna do one Hyperion. and then I'll try to farm up some ace pilots. We got a lot to farm for that Idris.
Mine seems to think there's more to uncover at Onyx. Want you to run your experiment again and suggested adjust the independent variables.
Let's look into the future game.
I'll leave that to you.
I mean, yeah, a future game. But only, I only look at what's been disclosed and presented, you know? As of right now, it's got a ways to go. It has a lot of potential, depending on the direction that they go with it. If they, I mean, even if they do something almost identical to what they did with Warframe with Soulframe, I think it'll be good nonetheless. Future game that has everything you want. I think AI will help in the future. In what sense? There was some stuff when I was playing Soulframe where I was like, oh, they need to do something about this, because there is a lot. I found, like, with some boss fights, there's a lot of opportunity to cheese the boss, and then the boss just doesn't know what to do and just stands there and takes damage. They need to give every enemy a means of a ranged attack and or a grappling move to rip you off of cheese. That way you're not just, like, standing there being a turret taking no damage.
Front impact warning.
I'll probably be playing some of that tomorrow. I'll probably do a couple of streams tomorrow. One Soulframe, one Star Citizen. Let me in. Takes a minute to actually respond. Generative AI is progressing, so it's in 5 years. Average Joe will be able to make a movie or a game. Has been in his head forever using AI. And that's where you get into a very conflicting area. I think, at best, I mean, if someone were to develop something purely using AI, that is going to be such a controversial thing. And there's people who don't give a shit, there's people who do give a shit. And I am one who thinks AI should be a tool, and that is it. It should not be a replacement. So, with that, like, I've used AI with certain things. Like AI voice replacement. Okay, I could do the voice acting and let AI do its work to change how I sound. That's fine. Using AI as reference images to kind of like curate the creative flow of trying to get ideas of things out. That is fine. But replacing an artist, replacing a musician in what you're trying to create, that's where it gets into kind of like a conflicting, controversial area. Not to mention, 99% of generative AI kind of breaches this gray area of what is considered to be copyright infringement and what isn't, because most of the AI out there pulls reference from pre-existing artwork. And there's already laws being put into place, and in place in some areas, where that it infringes upon that copyright law. to debate. You're a creative individual. You can at least say that much. I can understand that ongoing internal debate on that. I mean, and there's other ways that AI can be used. I think that it doesn't, that could be used as a tool, and it would be fine. I mean, like motion capture and where we're at with that now, we wouldn't be where we're at with that if AI wasn't so prevalent. Being able to straight up just use video as the reference for motion capture to be output, instead of having to buy this like $3,000 to $10,000 suit. Granted, I have a $3,000 mocap suit. I still would rather use the suit because it gives a more exact output of that motion capture, but it does make the approachability at a lower level for a lot of people, which I think is a good thing. It's an inevitability that creates this whole, like, debate, first of all, and kind of uncertain future for anyone who has a creative job. Like the people who are complaining about AI, art, generative AI being such a prominent force now, mostly the people who like who have a very common art style. Like, well, you mean you can't charge a couple $100 for something that looks similar to Studio Ghibli? Well, isn't that unfortunate? I guess you should have tried to be a little more unique. And that might appear insensitive to some people, but again, the only people who get upset at that are the ones that have that common art style. I mean, that's a hurdle that I've been trying to breach with the 3D art that I've been making. It's making it unique enough that it can't be generated by AI. And I've gotten there finally, but that's been a process. Seeing artists, musicians, illustrators, etc. freak over AI tools makes you cringe. They're the same type that told you weren't a photographer because you... No. Anyone who says you're not a photographer for using Photoshop is so pretentious. That is out of touch. I feel like every professional photographer has used Photoshop since its creation. And you get good results without it? Yeah. You can make those good results even better using Photoshop. So, oh fuck. Oh shit. Oh shit. When they put the pulverizer super heavy, it's say more heavy for the 1PT now. Like it's categorized as something different, or does it hit heavier? It already hits pretty fucking heavy. I can like 2 to 3 tap most enemies. Oh, so they put in the LMG mechanic into the pulverizer. Okay. Does that mean you can actually stabilize your shots? Because you can't do that with the live version. Like holding your breath and it's stabilizing. I haven't been able to get the pulverizer to do that once. Okay, I lied. Just did it. Okay, never mind. I guess it was just buggy for me for a couple days. Oh, I forgot to. Yeah, did I? I did. Didn't think of that. Didn't notice because I'm wondering why you're so slow. I wonder if carrying 2 LMGs will make you even slower. I hope not. I just hope it takes the bigger debuff. Especially when it's from my own smooth brain antics. God damn, that goes fast. Notice there's a lot of holes. That time to scratch my head. Why is that a thing? CIG. Why? There's nothing there. As much as you want there to be something, there is not. I will never not be jaded with that shit. I really wish that there wasn't so much bloat on hitboxes with the environment. Right. It's gonna take me ages to farm this shit up, dude. If anyone ever wonders why, oh, why is he doing this and not Nikki to you? Because it has to be a full-time job to be able to farm the Idris. There's also a part of me that's like, oh yeah, there's new mechanics and new things to go try out in PTU. I'll probably do it like once this weekend, play around with PTU a little bit. Oh, nice of you to show up. Where were you earlier, Onwood? I'm being shot by someone. I was in fact being shot by someone else. What? I thought you died. Now it's dead. Oh boy. Well, I saw that, alright? I missed a single shot, never happened. Who knew? I must have pulverizer ammo. Why did it say... I don't trust there being an additional 120 after this mag. I think the game's tripping. It said 120 as I was reloading. This is the only way to deal with this room. Okay, not what I'd like. It really just switches back to the multi-tool. Trying to farm the new gun stuff on a red dot vault site that has the heat bar. Oh, I didn't realize they added new gun stuff into PTU. So painfully slow, but I love the guns I have equipped. Oh damn, the other guy pushed me. I didn't even see him come in. You know what? I don't even want to think about how many I need to farm. It's a lot. I have to do this so many more times, but that is why I'm not going to do it back to back. The new Wikelo change is awesome. Found the FT5 and the ADB armor. And the one from the bosses at PDF sites. Looking back on the menu for the time. So you're saying it'll be easier to get the Wikelo stuff? No Idris in box yet. So wait, there is a chance to get Wikelo gear in loot pools now? I don't know if I like that. Just leave it at Wikelo. You know? Why introduce it into loopholes? Yeah. Just make the requirements easier. Why you gotta throw his specifically unique gear that is dedicated to him into the loop? Stultimac didn't like it either. Well, I mean, I can't say that he's wrong. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Why? May as well just take Wikelo out and just make him ship deck or something, or just add his ships to executive. At that point, you know. Obviously, I'm being a bit extreme, but you have a dedicated NPC that gives special gear. Why would you put his gear in the loop and remove somewhat the need to have it? I mean, granted, yeah, sure, it might be easier to just go give him this stuff. Well, sure. If you're saying it's not even a small chance of getting it, then what the fuck's the point? That is probably one of the dumbest things I've heard CIG do in well, I won't say in a while, but in recent times. That is really fucking stupid. I don't like that. That's like putting executive stuff into loopholes outside of executive fingers. One PAF run, you found 4 Wikelo items. Armor and gun. Fuck off. No. What? Scripts have been in the loopholes for a bit. And that's not new development. But what guns? Because if you found the Chrome Fresnel, I'm gonna throw a fit. Because that's some bullshit. Like the other guns, like, alright, whatever. Pretty quick, easy farms. All the more reason to not bother putting them into loopholes. But if they start throwing shit in there that's like, oh, you have to go get 15 recombinant in order to get this. Yeah, that's some bullshit. It just happens to be lying out there. If they're gonna put it into loopholes, they need to make the redemption via Wikelo account bound. F55 Karna and the orange camo ADP. And those are relatively easy to get through Wikelo. But I stand by what I said. If they're gonna make it available in loopholes, they need to make the redemption via Wikelo account bound. Because I lost my Chrome fucking Fresnel and my Yormandi Fresnel because of bugs, and now I don't have it. So then, if this shit starts to become available via loopholes, what is the point of Wikelo? If it's going to be treated the same as something found in a loophole, that is so... What are you doing, CIG? Oh, you spent 30 hours farming the stuff needed to get the Chrome set? Ah, well, I mean, granted, we don't know for sure if that sort of stuff is in loopholes, but still, that is for shit bullshit. For sure bullshit. I can't even speak because I'm so fucking irritated by that. That's so stupid. Why would they do that? I want to hear a dev's explanation as to why. What up, so that? Frustratingly dumb. Yeah, may as well just throw all the executive stuff out into the wild as well for a percentage drop while they're at it. Okay. I shall move on. I'm hung up on that because of how profoundly dumb that is, but, you know, it's CIG. What can you do? That's so stupid. Look at the items like guns and armor in the full boxes. Yeah. My bad, Zotard. I did not elaborate. I was still seething, apparently. Hey, man, you CIG gives you stuff and it's like, oh, it's cool, this is great, and then they're just like, yeah, you liked that? Alright. Now we're Oprah. You get to have one. You get to have one. Oh, you didn't put in the work? That's okay. So frustratingly dumb, man. Why would they do that? Why? Just why? I think I'm salty about it because I put the time and effort into farming up the chrome bits through Wikelo. Now, granted, we don't know if that sort of stuff's in the loot pool, but... it might just be the easier stuff. I really need to have more team-to-team meetings. I do. Stuff may be easier in the notes. It said they'll rebalance the turn-in based on time for reward. What does that even mean? Are they gonna make it easier to get the chrome shit? So, you know, it won't take a good 40 hours to get all the recombinant for the chrome set and Polaris and Renault. I mean, just the recombinant anyway, but... Can they give me my fucking shit back that I lost? That would be swell. The fact that a Fresnel required more recombinant than a Polaris, it makes absolutely no sense. And I was complaining about that when it came out. But I did it anyway. And regret it because now I don't have it. It's a drop chance. It's in loot pools. I don't know about the chrome stuff, but the really easy stuff seems to be in loot pools. Going to Wikelo to see if anything's changed yet. I'm gonna say that the requirements are not shown at Wikelo yet, but if there are changes visible there, might pay a visit to PTO Wikelo. It's in the PTU, so darn. At least the loot pool changes. I don't know about new Wikelo shit. That's what Biggs is looking for at the moment. I'm gonna be hung up on that for the evening, dude. That kind of that put a sour taste in my mouth for the night. That's such bullshit. Why would they do that? I mean, I get rebalancing it. For like time and effort. That way you know, things are a little more accessible for turn-ins, but putting things into the loot pool makes fuck all sense. Subscriber flare being in the loot pool? Yeah, sure. That makes sense. Wikelo stuff? Nah. Absolutely not. Can't be too salty, because, you know, we're just testing and all that, and all of it's gonna go away come 1.0 anyway, and blah 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 blah. But if they're gonna be doing shit like that, that makes me kind of like concerned. Let's say like you're an absolute moron like I am, and you farmed up a Polaris, and you're farming actively an Idris right now. Are they going to give anything to those players who put in the effort to do all that during the testing before 1.0? Or are they just going to be like, you enjoyed it while you could, and they'll wipe it all away? Which honestly, the latter seems very likely. Especially now that they're putting Wikelo shit into the loot pools. I mean, they saw how little people do it, so they want more people to have this stuff. It's not a... Oh fuck, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, yep. It's not a matter of like, oh, well, people just don't want to bother returning for Wikelo. Okay, fuck you, pull up again. Because I guarantee people would want the Wikelo stuff. It's not that they don't want the stuff, it's that Wikelo's been broken in the past, so people are just skittish to be bothered with it. Because the Star Citizen community is weird. They get wronged once and they're like, oh, that's how it is forever. And maybe the Wikelo stuff is just kind of shit. So people don't care about the cosmetic stuff. And maybe that should be a reflection of what they're providing via Wikelo and not, oh, we should just give it to everybody. Maybe people just don't like the skins enough to care. You know? Maybe make better skins. You saw everybody's reaction to when they did the Ares, the Prowler, the A2, and that armor set. I would love to see the numbers for how many people did the turn-ins for that, because everybody was like, oh, this ASD armor is sick, and then that came out and they're like, no, I'm not putting in the effort for that. You what? No, that's not happening. The same for like the Ares and the A2. The only reason people remotely want those is components. And they're not even that good at components. The Ares comes with grade B. And then the Prowler, you get an industrial component of which you could buy on the market. So what is the point of getting the Wikelo Prowler if it's got an ugly ass paint job and not good components? Slim to none. More evidence as to maybe they should reflect on the... I guarantee if they kept the Wikelo paint, the pearlescent white, a lot more people would have been like, I'm getting the Prowler, I'm getting the Ares, because that paint job would look sick on those. So maybe to your point of like, oh, they just want more players to have it. Maybe they just realize it's garbage and they just want it out there. It's like the equivalent of them throwing the trash out and hoping someone rummages through it to get rid of it. I need to stop. I've been on a tangent, dude. Why Why? I look at the bed and it's like, what about this monitor though? It's like a moth to a flame, dude, I swear. Oh, that got real jank fast, didn't it? Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go grab my food and then we'll continue. And hopefully I can stop bitching about the Wikelo pool stuff. I'm just trying not to think about it. Holy shit, this is a lot. Oh. Oh boy. So the folks I live with. Okay, we'll see how bad this is. I went and picked up takeout. It was like some Japanese food and just Asian food in general, but they mostly do Japanese. And originally I told them just grab me whatever the spiciest thing is. See how fucked up I get. I pull out the container. Well, before I get to that, man, I made a mess just. It's got some leakage. They got me like Szechuan beef or something like that. I'm like, okay, yeah, that sounds good. I pull out the container and it says extra spicy on top. We'll see how bad it is. I might be dying throughout the stream. Finally able to use the Guardian in PTU. Oh yeah, no, that 100% expected, dude. Updates today that reduced armor. Interesting. I think this is another reason why I'm gonna postpone dipping my toes into the PTU, because I'm not gonna be one of those people who are like, here's everything you know, what you need to know for the upcoming nonsense. I got enough shit on my plate. I'll let the others handle that, like Salty Mike. And I don't know if you guys even pay attention to Avenger 1, but his stream title today was Crash Out 1, and I'm like, well, at least he's self-aware. I'll leave that up to them. I'm just gonna make silly videos, which I'm still working on one, but I'll probably dip my toes into PTU again, like probably once a week. That way I can reacquaint myself, see how things are going. I'll have to get all caught up in the random changes. I just want to dip my toes in so I'm prepared when it does go live. But I'm not gonna just. I mean, have you seen Burks? He's on this Burkathon, as he put it. He's been live streaming like all day, every day for like a week, just in the PTU. Absolute fucking mad lad. Good for him for being able to do that. Couldn't be me. I'll just be the absolute moron that farms a Wikelo Idris. You were helping him test the Perseus. I think with engineering, I'm definitely gonna be more apt to group gameplay. But I'll be playing both sides, you know, the solo life and the group aspect. Oh shit, that was still muted. It has been more FPS focused than previous ones. I had it muted because I was eating something grungy. Makes sense though. I have so much that I have to do that I don't got time for that shit. I only have so much time in a day to do things, you know? If I could just full-time stream Star Citizen, yeah, sure, I'd probably be more apt to, but... Oh my god, where are all these shots coming from? My goodness. They just came out of nowhere. I'd like to see how well, or not well, how long I would last against Avenger 1. I don't think I'd beat him, but I feel like I'd be able to last a little bit. Use the wolf and piss him off. Yeah, I'd get more involved in the testing and things if I wasn't so limited on time. Or if I didn't decide to try to farm up at Idris. But I'm an idiot, and here I am. Oh, the servers are cooking good today. For now. Is that the last of them, please? I knew about this before the players. Oh, fucking damn it, bro! They gotta stop spawning. Where'd that even come from? Bruh. To answer your question, no, I still would have gotten the Polaris. Regardless. I like the Polaris more than the Idris. But I love how I'm like, oh, I need to look for look for med pens. I forget that I have like 30 of them in my bag. The Idris is a cool ship, but it's not a ship where I'm like, oh, it's so, I don't know. It's a lot of ship. And it's not, Jesus. Where the hell did you all come from? How kind of you to volunteer. Oh my god, why are there just more and more flooding out? What is happening? I just want to mutilate these... I just want to mutilate these corpses in peace. I didn't think that was so much to ask. Rude. There better not be any more enemies spawning on my ass, okay? I'm done. No more. Refuse. I don't want any more. No one here is invited to my birthday party. I think that's enough bodies, but watch me be wrong. God damn it, I'm gonna have to. Ugh. Well, I guess I don't have to, but it would be more optimal if I went and healed up before going down to site B. But I'm not a pussy, I'll go. I just got a wee chest flesh wound. I'm just gonna nade it up the stairs. Or not? What happened to my nade? Where are the guys that are supposed to spawn? Oh. They were way ahead of me. I think there's a printer over here where I can get another mech gun. One I've got's out. Yeah, right there.
Process complete. Item successfully fabricated.
Are you ready for the horde of Copion? I'm not. I never am. I hate these things. Come on. I know you're there. Come on. There's more of you. There's like 10 of them down here. Oh, fuck me. Easy. Swear they were gone for a bit, or a lot less. Wow, I'm glad I missed that window. No, they're lucky. There is a stupid amount down here, and there's not been a single run I've done where they aren't present. Oh, good time to reload. Perfect time. Oh, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Start it again. I hate that gun. Oh my god, dude. Gonna work this time? Why does it only work for a second? After this run in Hyperion, I am switching to the medical multi-tool attachment. Again, I despise the med gun. $2.4 mil. For the wolf? I mean, that's to be expected. Not an alien ship, so it's not marked way the fuck up. I mean, Buck is like, what, 1.8 mil or something like that? So, I don't remember how much it is. I think the Talon's like 4 or 5 mil. That's about the price I expected. Don't close on me, don't close on me, don't close on me. Oh. Spicy. This extra spicy. There's a rice ball just sitting in a sea of sauce. Honestly, underwhelming. Ooh. Oh, it builds up. Oh, I spoke too soon. Never mind. No. It cranked up a little bit, but it's not that bad. That's what I would... Okay, that's supposed to be extra spicy? Okay. Never mind, I'm not going to be dying throughout the stream. That's... Huh. Well, you can tell a lot of their customer base is white people. That's what's considered extra spicy. What up, Han? What are you doing? That's really good, though. Oh. I'm only doing the one Hyperion tonight. And then I will do ace pilot farming. So apparently that's going to be a pain in the dick. A bigger pain in the dick than anything else in the future updates. Well, with engineering present anyway. I kinda wish they had a black and gold version of the Referral. That way I can match my armor set. Oh right. Almost forgot about these guys again. Full dead? There was one time I did that, and they didn't full death. They got right back up and went to the turret. Wow, I've got some crazy sway right now. It's amazing what chest damage does. They're nerfing the pulverizer? Well, okay, what do you define as a nerf? Putting in the mechanic that's supposed to be there for all LMGs, or actually depreciating the damage output? Damage and weight? They're making it do less damage? Really? So I did hear about them adding like the mechanics is like the Fresnel with it slowing it down and shit, but I mean how much less damage does it do? I'm not that upset. I prefer the Fresnel anyway, but the pulverizer is good for close range. I just like the Fresnel for everything else. $180-ish to $150 something. So what? It's gonna be a 4 to 6 shot instead of a 2 to 3 shot to kill something. And that's not that bad. Still stronger than the Fresnel. God, I got so much sway from this chest damage. Sway. I can't stabilize it. Swaying so much. Oh my god, finally. Dead? Dead? Dead, dead. Okay, we're good. Ooh. Oh, Oh, sway's even bad while I'm laying down. There is just no fixing that. It's a good thing I'm towards the end. Man's doing like Final Fantasy VII idle animations. Look at that. The fucking scanning side to side. I don't think I've seen an NPC do that before in Star Citizen. Still up there with other LMGs, but lower than the AR. Like the kill shot? Or the P8 AR. God, this sway is driving me insane. Don't go do FPS with chest injuries. Pro tip. Yeah, I believe kill shot and parallax close to 200. And is that DPS? Not like a per round damage output. I can't thread it. Why? Oh, I'll go without repairing my body. It'll be fine. What could go wrong? I won't need it. I'm not a pussy. Can't like a single fucking shot with this sway. My goddamn, dude. Wikelo does not exist. It's a black void for the showroom. They really don't want you to see what's coming up. Goddamn, they're just like, no, let's just not have that in the PTO. Which I suppose to a degree makes sense, but, you know. There's data miners, so we will know one way or another. Lower mag size, I don't know if the DPS number takes that into account. I'd be interested to see what the per round shot of the guns are instead of DPS. I appreciate you hanging out, so tired. Have a good one. Some rest. Two more? Should be two more in here. Yeah, in my opinion, DPS of different guns, I mean, sure, it does matter, but I'd also like to see the per shot damage. Personally, that would give me a better idea of what the nerfing is. You bitch. Did a fake out peek. Ooh, I need cover, I need cover, I need cover. Imagine if I went down now. That would suck. Oh, was it because I was hopped up on drugs and that's why I couldn't stabilize? It wasn't the chest injury, it's because I keep shooting up. Imagine. Who would have thought doing drugs makes you not have good aim? Is way high. That's why I can't sprint. I will say that I suppose, like, even though the Wikelo ships are likely to just done diddly poof with no permanent reward for going through that grueling process, if it weren't for... Okay, man did all of that damage. It is death. If it weren't for the Wikelo stuff, I wouldn't touch a lot of parts of the game. After having gone through Onyx the first time, I did not retain the number at all. After doing QV stations, that's a different story. That is fat stacks, good components. But I wouldn't do Onyx over again. Wouldn't be doing the Valacar over and over again. I wouldn't even touch mining if it weren't for Wikelo. So I suppose in that aspect, that is a positive, like a net positive for having Wikelo, which is the reason why I think it's kind of dumb that they're introducing Wikelo rewards into the loophole.
Access granted.
I don't know who sent you here or why.
It's an opportunity, it's an avenue for players to be introduced to other facets of the game.
I will not stop pursuing our ascension. Humanity
To do stuff that I otherwise would not bother doing. I like having ulterior motives other than money. Nice. Well, aside from potential PvP as well, I'm a sucker for PvP. Can't believe Mole's been messed up for this long. Did you see that the Mole was brought up in the recent Star Citizen Live? Like briefly, inadvertent, like it was indirect, but basically it's just it'll get fixed when it gets fixed. It was kind of what I took from what they said, but I think the guy on the turret knows I'm here. I think he might know. Damn, where is he at? Where out is it? Really don't want to stick my head too far. Getting knocked down by that is very annoying. I mean, how long's the mold been broken? I feel like it's been like, what? All of 4.4, I know that much. Definitely one of those things where it like it'll just be broken for the patch. Kind of like Hyperion. Hyperion was broken for all of 4.3. Why? Not a priority, I guess. Apparently the mole isn't a priority. Devs are like, you have the Prospector and the Golem. That's good enough. Watching Salty Mike react to that, apparently Torsten wants vendors in spaceports. Well, that was in the recent Inside Star Citizen that he brought that up. I think there should be levels to it with the vendors. Personally, I would rather just a vendor for basic necessities within the hangar. Ammo, fuses, multi-tools, attachments, that sort of stuff. Have spaceport vendors to have the absolute basics of ship components and needs. And then city vendors to have the hyper-focused fancy components you can get. That's what I think anyway. And there should be at least a vendor for food and beverage at the main spaceport at every spaceport. The fact there isn't at Lorville, for example, pretty stupid. But I think with engineering coming in, they definitely need to have, you know, basic need vendors in spaceports. Add it. How did they beam me so much, bro? God damn it. I hope they crank down the NPCs in 4.5, because this is tiresome. Turtles can be used as fuses in ships in PTU. That should be a bug that they just keep in. That should just remain. That's hilarious. And the PAF sites felt good. That's good. The fact I was at 90% health and went to 0 in half a second is insane. It should be fine. The mission should still work. Should. The only thing that I am aware of that fully breaks it is if you end up spawning outside of the Onyx facility. We'll see if that's still the case, but what makes it to where you lose authority of getting the experiment executed is when you get yeeted out of the facility altogether. Since big Wikelo, Idris, and other ships. It's official. Official. Oh, I must look. Yo. Not. It looks good. I'll show you guys on stream here. The wolf though? Oh, okay, hold on. They might have done well with the Wikelo ships this go around. Hold on. I think I am being shot at. Or at least they're attempting to nade me. How? Can I just ogle at ships for a second? Okay. They might have cooked with it. I mean, it's kind of like a blue instead of the, like, brassy copper with the pearlescent white. Like a minty kind of, I don't know how to explain it. But I like the wolf, so I'm definitely farming that. I mean, it's all this, but oh, wait, there's two? Wait, is this an executive wolf? Or is that... They're both... No, those are L... That's L21, isn't it? Oh, stealth and military? Oh, okay. That's probably the stealth one, the blue one. I am getting... Got it? Hold on. No. Okay. Back to ogling. Both wolves 100% getting. Couldn't care less about the prospector. Or... What is that on the right? I don't really care about these two, but Idris comes with attritions. Yeah, we all know you hate attritions. I don't care. I couldn't care less about what the guns are on it. I mean, they're so cheap to replace anyway. Whatever. Raft? Oh, okay, this is the raft. I might get the raft. Yeah, and the Asgard. I might get the Asgard as well. Well, the meteor, that's executive, isn't it? Because I saw in the notes, there was an executive meteor. Or did they put out another Wikelo variant? It looks like an executive paint on it. The Idris, though, I'm digging. I really hope that they're just like, yeah, we'll give you the paint that was available before 1.0 and then switch up the Wikelo paints. But I feel like that might raise for controversy within the community, as does anything. But yeah, that's what I thought. The Wikelo meteor's in right now. But that's executive. Well, sick. I actually don't mind the paint job, this lineup. I kind of like it. 100% getting the Idris, obviously. Getting the raft. Getting the wolves. Getting the Asgard. Don't really care about the prospector. Don't really give a shit about the executive meteor. Well, the Idris, though. The paint's so good. I kind of like this, like, minty blue that they got going on. I wonder how it'll look in game, because, you know, it always looks different once it's in game. That looks good, man. That looks good. I do like the gold wolf, too. I'm excited for that. Hell yeah. I rearrange my windows. Hold on. Here we go. Idris has no main guns, so they need to add the guns to stores. That's not in the notes. Fuck you, CIG. They can make me, they make me so bipolar. It has been a roller coaster this stream. Love if they change Wikelo to use any comp board, not just 5. Honestly, when I was looking at the requirements for the Idris, I'm like, why is it 50 comp board 5s? Why can't it just be like 10? I would, you know how much happier I would be if it was like 10 of each comp board. Sure, that bumps up the quantity to 70 comp boards, but at least there's variety instead of having to farm 50 fucking comp boards. I digress. It be what it be. Much as I hate it. I don't, I get that comp board 5 is a bottleneck, but there's obviously like different layers of difficulty with the comp boards, right? And different tiers of stuff you can unlock that requires the comp board 5. So they could easily spread that shit out. Easily. They could just make it 3 of each comp board for the Polaris and make it 21. Oh, fuck me. I'm fine. I thought my legs were done, but I'm fine. So instead of like, oh fuck, oh shit, oh no, oh no, oh, I didn't think they would have respawned. I understand they want to put players into situations that are PvP oriented. I get it. Right? But don't make it one fucking shithole that everybody has to go to. All of contested zones are PvP. You can make every single spot a bottleneck for PvP if you just spread it around for the Wikelo requirements. But nope. Comp board 5. Because timer and bottleneck. Quality gameplay. Good content. Instead of making the entirety of Pyro a PvP zone, let's make one contested zone the PvP zone. So stupid. Like I said, it's been a roller coaster tonight. I think comp boards behind the red door are more difficult. Which comp boards are those? I haven't ran comp boards since like 4.0 and 4.1. Oh, I see something now. What is he shooting at this point? Oh, I'm not making that. Why would you vault that? Oh, you dingus. God damn, dude. Checkmate. Technically, aren't they all behind a red door? I know the obituary has a red door that you get so far into, and then you have to have the supervisor card. And then you get access to that back area where the comp board 4 and 7 are at. They just want to make it as annoying as possible. That's all it is. They want to make us sit next to a 40-minute, 30-minute, however long the timer is, next to a printer. So, you know, that's peak Star Citizen content right there. Everybody logs in Star Citizen to camp a timer. I mean, technically, cargo haulers do. So do commodity. They all need a key card. It's just ruin. Has them at the same location. Oh. Well, the red key card anyway, because all of them have the blue key cards on site, don't they? If I'm not mistaken. I would venture to say that they're all equally difficult. It's just, I feel like the ruined one is way more annoying, especially since CIG wants to throw all of the players into that one spot. They made the respawn timers way shorter than how it was when this first rolled out. Kinda sucks that I have to go through and kill everything again. Even though the elevator's still down there, that didn't reset. What a mild inconvenience they've given me. Which isn't that mild considering the time sink this shit takes. Not a good idea to try to speak with that spice in my throat. Whoa, that almost pinched it in the worst way. But yeah, that's smart. Farming gun parts and onyx, but they don't really, I feel like they don't really spawn that good of parts. Oh, but the turret gunners don't reset. There's one more, isn't there? Or did I get him? Oh, no. There's more than one. Oh, yeah, you're right, yeah, the gun stuff spawns in the ammo boxes. And there's that big ass one up on the top. Yeah, I forget about those. This time for sure, guys. I'm not gonna die. Make such guarantees. Wow. Holy shit. The timing of that could not have been better. Holy shit. I mean, I wasn't wrong. I didn't die, but I came damn close. Oh, 4%, dude. Damn. Really almost ate my words there for a second. I gotta keep pushing so. Oh, fuck. What I was about to say is I need to keep pushing that way to get the Zenith guys off to the left. Don't blap at me. Can you check who gives Onyx missions in here? Yeah, it's Hawkrow Agency, yeah. That's who it is. I don't remember the guy's name that talks to you, but that is the agency. Why, do you think they're gonna add more to Onyx? I'd hope not. There's nothing more to be had here. I don't want there to be more in Onyx. I have to run through here enough as is. Seeing that Idris has reignited a bit of motivation for me. Or rather, not reignited, but kindled that motivation. So it was never really extinguished, but... up to this point, it was just like, oh, data miners found something. You know, the devs could have easily just been like, ha! Gotcha, bitch. And pulled it out, but... now that we have a picture, I'm pretty fucking hyped. They also give the find a missing person missions, so I wonder why they also connect to Onyx. They're the investigative agency in Stanton, and I think that's about it. There's like the stuff involving, I guess, the Vandal. Technically you're in the grand scheme of things, but Vandal missions are also under investigation, but that's in Nyx. Jesus Christ, bro. I would like absolutely none of that, please. That was so many elements. Can I just throw a nade? Yeah, okay, that's what that animation was. Alright. I'm so done with these enemies, dude. I'm jaded. I'm done. A third of my health from a couple of, what are they, straight up just getting nothing but dome when they shoot at me? It's insane. I would start doing what they're doing and just open fire as I round the corner. Rather than after I get my sights on them. You'll let me, okay. That'll be a good comparison then. I don't want them to dial it down too much, because going from like 100% to 20% is way too big of a jump. If they could just dial it by half, a 50% dial back would be wonderful. I think everybody would be happy with that. To be fair though, FPS has always felt fairly easy to me in this. But as I've said in the past about Star Citizen players, there's a lot of Star Citizen players that suck at FPS. But I would like... Before I was so rudely interrupted, I would like to see
Access granted.
them have a like a scaled system of difficulty. You know, this mission, particularly the Site B portion, I think Onyx would be a prime example. Like the first little layers of like research and engineering should be relatively easy, but as you dive deeper into the facility, the AI difficulty should crank up a bit, and then once you get up to like Onyx, it should be at like 75%, you know, accuracy compared to how it is now. And then have like, because they said that it should be at 20%. Yeah, maybe have the handful of NPCs that are at the very, very beginning, the entrance points of the wings and the like lower tier missions be at that. They definitely should have like a tiered difficulty system for the NPCs. I'm sure they will at some point. I doubt that's really on their priority list. How the hell? I refuse to believe that the AI difficulty change was an accident. I don't know what they could have possibly changed to accidentally crank up their accuracy. Even if it's not true, I find it much more believable that a dev was just like, you know what would be funny? Let's just fuck with the entire community for a month and see how it goes. So no one's surprised a lot of the players couldn't handle it. Oh. It would seem the AI turned off their brains. Server FPS must be dipping. Gotta love when they do the fake out death animation. The amount of times that's gotten me, dude. Too many to count this patch. Let's try a little different this time. Okay, can we peek the... You know how games have the, oh, you're up against this wall? I mean, they kind of have it work with, like, I think it works with... Nope. Alright. It would be, I get we have the ability to be like, oh, I can peek the corner. This is good, right? But you know how many games have it to where we go up to a wall, we aim down sights, and we peek over from aiming? What I would do to have that. That would make even that little change would make the FPS feel so much better. Oh, I got them all? Oh, I did not. Oh fuck, where was that guy? God damn, that gun hits hard. I'm pretty happy with the Wikelo paints this patch. I think clearly from previous patches, the paint itself is a massive motivator for a lot of players, other than, you know, just access to a ship that they could only buy with real money otherwise. But now I really want the Idris. I kind of hope the one of two things. The blue part is metallic, kind of like the best in show paint. How they did the coppery metallic thing, but blue, or the blue is just your normal like gloss paint that we see on ships, and the white is fluorescent. I think that would go hard. That would look so good. But even if either of those aren't a factor, I still like the paint. And then I can showboat how much of a masochist I am. What fun that'll be. Oh, I thought it was broken for a moment. I was about to be upset. I was like, ain't no way I just wasted the last, like, hour. Well, it is Star Citizen. That is a high probability. Yes, it worked. Thank fuck. So yeah, 100% confirmed. The only way you lose authorization to print the recombinant is if you spawn outside of the Onyx facility.
Thanks for making it happen.
Okay. So now, I think I have one of each XTL and a PWL2. They don't have the aimbot there? Oh. Oh my god. Dude, honestly, you know what? I'm thinking I might just wait. I might just wait. I'll take advantage of the time that I do have to exploit the accessibility of my Wikelo players and not having to give a shit, and just go farm ace pilots. And then when 4.5 rolls around, that's when I'll, you know, go through the daunting task of having to do this 42 more times. I may not be willing to dump a couple grand on an Idris, but I'll sure as shit dump a couple months, hours of gameplay to farm one up, I guess. You can clearly see the missing shots. It's much better. Oh. Yes. You're how happy that makes me. How would you compare it to like last patch in 4.3? Because I feel like you could easily tank a lot of FPS and just not give a shit about the enemies? Is it still as mindless as it was back then, or did they do like an in-between of how it is in 4.4? I guess when I go to do PTU this week, I'll take a gander myself, but night and day, not getting 2 or 1 shot. Well, I mean, like, yeah, sure, compared to now, but like, how's it compared to like last patch? Like, how's it compared to what we are normally used to? I guess is a better question. Did they return it back to how it was, or did they do a middle ground?
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle
It's like almost like 4.4 AI didn't happen. That's not the worst, I guess. That does mean I'll be able to solo Barrow Data Center and the Apex Valacar with ease again. That's fine. Doing Onyx is easy peasy. Even with the AI being cranked. Granted, I did get blacked pretty hard midpoint there, but it's, you know, it's doable, manageable. But with the AI reverting back to how it was, I have no concerns. I could probably run in here with a light armor and be fine. Alright, let's go whip out the Polaris and go farm me some ace pilots, because Wikelo is a greedy, thirsty boy. But he's got something of value that I want. How many was it again? I forgot. Jesus. Oh, this is gonna be a hellscape, dude.
Your systems are online.
50 helmets and 36 to platoon medals, dude. Even pre 4.4 you had no issues because of the outside nature. Now, I think the difficulty that Barrow Data Center presents is the absolute no cover whatsoever that you get at Faro. And then when you do have cover, they have 3 access points when you're at the printer, and they are bottlenecked into there like crazy. So that'll be a breeze. And then when the tray guy comes back, I'm doing that, and we're like, see? It's not as bad as it looks.
Drive is now off.
Shit about how I approached it. It is a nightmare trying to do Faro Data Center right now. Oh shit, where's... of course it's on the other side. Let's use Lorville. Go get the Wikelo Polaris. I'm gonna have a Wikelo Polaris, and then in like like 2 months' time, I'll have an Idris. Oh boy. I hope it doesn't take me that long. I'm hoping that like by the end of December I'll have it. I hate it when hitting the like quantum ignition button doesn't cancel it out and you have to switch modes in order to get it to work.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now.
I don't know where I'm gonna farm it though. The ace helmets. I guess it doesn't really matter. But I think I might go Area 18.
You are clear to launch.
Oh my god, of course it's on the opposite side. I really don't know that it'll be worth it for me to get the Idris, but then again, I don't know that it was really worth it for me to get the Polaris. I mean, I guess it kind of is. I'm able to do easy breezy farming for ace pilots and stuff, but once engineering rolls out, those ships are basically just mobile bases for me while I do my farming. Kinda sucks. I can only load so many ships into the Polaris. I guess what I could... Oh.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Yeah, I guess I'll be rocking the Guardian a lot. These are the size 5s. I think I'd still use the Wolf. You think I got enough med pens? Casual 30 on me. I'm gonna go get a... I guess it doesn't matter because I'm gonna be doing ship combat now. I'm gonna go get the players out. Do I go through the trouble? Loading a Guardian in for the Wolf. Got Janelite in an Onyx box. What was the other? I know there was another. Right, I think the Clasher was another spawn point for that. It's interesting that it's in Onyx now, though.
Welcome to the ASOC Vehicle Retrieval System.
Do I go through the trouble? Maybe I'll pull out and go to Area 18 and then worry about it. I'm a dingus. I did not pay attention to what dock it was. Elevator roulette. I guess right. I guessed right. Hell yeah. wonder if anyone like actually realizes it's a solo that has this Wikelo ship. Or if when they see that they're like, oh, that's an org. Because if I saw a Wikelo ship, I'd be like, no, that couldn't be a solo. No way that's a solo. Yet, to be fair, I did buy a lot of components. Like about half of them. So. Not doing that with the Idris, though. I'm gonna farm every component. See how long it takes. You guys will come back at like the end of December and be like, oh man, this guy just put himself into purgatory. That is for sure what it's gonna feel like.
Welcome to Robert Smith Industries.
Thank you. Please visit again.
System check.
Please detach. It's doing the thing.
You are clear to launch.
Did it do? Oh my god, I hate it when it does this, dude. Oh. There's a conflict of requests when you pull out the Polaris. If you land in a smaller ship and then try to pull out your Polaris, it'll, because you're outside of the station, it's like, oh, you must want the hangar you were just in, right? Not the ability to just leave. I'm gonna have to store the ship. Relog. It's like it started the undocking procedure too. Oh well. Just Star Citizen things, I guess. I would love an auto walk though. For moments like this.
We're sorry. You've exceeded the allotted time to depart. We will have to return your ship to storage.
Exceeded the allotted time.
Initiating ship storage procedure. For your safety, please vacate the area. Thank you for your
I
cooperation.
swear if it relocates me to the lobby as I'm like calling the elevator. Oh, I know. I think that no, that's. Is that for the small hangar? I think that was for the small hangar.
Alright, fine. Lock down your vehicle now.
She's got some sass.
Welcome to the ASOS
Thank you.
vehicle
And please visit again.
Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility.
I just wanted to visually see that it said stored before I relog. I don't know how many medals I have at this point. I don't think I have any. No, that's not true. I have a couple over in Levski. But currently, anytime an ace pilot spawns for me in Nyx, it just done diddly boosts advantages. I think I'm just going to farm it here in Stanton. Hopefully they're working. If not, then off to Pyro. Trusty old Pyro, where there's no server bloat. Just takes a little longer to get to the contract locations. Okay, let me on my Polaris and leave, please.
Welcome to the ASOP
I would like
vehicle
to
retrieval system.
kill at least 2 ace violence tonight. I don't know how bad my RNG is gonna be.
Your vehicle has been deployed.
I swear, if it spawns a small hangar again, I might actually lose it. We do. Oh, okay. Alright. Elevator working. It is gonna kind of suck. I'm next patched. I mean, I'll still use my Polaris, but definitely not gonna be able to use it the way I'm about to. But at least I'll have a Polaris when it comes to group gameplay. And then whenever they decide to release the Fleet Combat contract, I'll have an Idris. I wonder if they're gonna like, now this is scope, I'm fully aware of that, but I wonder if they're just gonna stealth drop the Idris weapon kits available to purchase in game for 4.5. I would hope so. Since there's going to be a lot more people with an Idris now, but I have my doubts.
Welcome to Robert Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System check.
I did well on 74k ones. You didn't get rep for the 135k one? That was probably just PTU bugging, honestly.
You are clear to launch.
Please let me leave with the fucking ship, bro.
Engines.
Oh my god, yes.
100%.
Docking collars are so jank, dude. Unreasonably so.
Collision alert. Front. Shields are off.
I'm tempted to go to Microtech, but I'm gonna go to Hardcore just in case things decide to break on me. That way I have quick access to the Pyro gateway. Is there even anything out here? Did I not see? Is there an invisible ship? Okay.
Bottom drive is now on.
Alright, now I can actually eat my dinner. Instead of just picking at it. I'm excited for the Idris. I don't hate the design, but I'm not the biggest fan of how it looks. That being said, it's the only ship of that caliber available in game. In fact, I can stow a bunch of fighters inside the ship, basically set it up as a mobile base. Has me very excited. Not to mention the potential of that jumps fast, but the potential of group gameplay involved with that too. It's gonna be damn near impossible for me to find enough people to operate that thing though, to its proper extent. There's so much moisture all over this box, dude. Alright. Not gonna bother with spawn. Do I bother loading a fighter in here?
Bottom drive is now on. Bottom drive is now off.
I'm too lazy. I'll just use turrets. I'd rather use a fighter, but I want to actually get underway with some farming. So I'm gonna gather the full gambit. You know what they should do? I mean, they kind of did it here, but they should just organize the contracts by payout. That would make it so much easier for players to find the missions they actually want. Of course, right when I say something. Oh, I scrolled right by it, never mind. Alright, I'm gonna do the hunt for heads one first. That'll be the most likely to have.
You'll get it in this week, Chris. Great. Heads and skag bailouts, so we need it done pronto. Stowe's here. Thanks for picking up this patrol. I know it's dull shit. The headhunters gotta have eyes on our turf.
Onyx no longer respawns you because they finally fixed it. That is fucking...
It's Stowe's.
I think they should have left it like that.
Just putting together the route. We'll probably be pretty quiet, but stock up for anything.
So what's that mean for a contract?
Stowe's here. Thanks for picking up this patrol. I know it's dull shit. The headhunters gotta
Because
have
it has to
eyes
stay
on our
until it
turf.
respawn you in the facility.
Maybe things will pop off.
And that's fine, right? Because that won't break the contract. But if you can't spawn in the facility, contract breaks. So then what? You can't set your spawn in a ship and have it in the hangar, because once you die, your ship gets stowed. would having a spawn and a ship outside of the facility still count? Where it doesn't break the contract? My guess is it would still break. But at that point, I guess you better take a group or be good enough to not die. Those are your options. See if mission breaks. Were you doing a Hyperion? That's the only mission I know of that breaks from a death. I don't know if the other ones do. I've never died trying to do the other ones. Because if they fixed the spawn and then also fixed the mission breaking, then you know whatever, it's fine. It takes a little more time, obviously, but otherwise that's gonna suck. No, dude, no, man. I gotta go to Pyro. Ugh. Fuck. Making me do things. It's a good thing I'm in a Polaris and jumps don't take that long. Which is another reason why I'm happy to have the Polaris, and I will be using the Polaris in 4.5 regardless of engineering. Although one thing I did not take into consideration: maintenance and repairs and replacing. It's gonna be a little rough in the Polaris. And the Idris, when I finally get that. There's so much condensation on this box, man. It just drenched my leg. Right, I could use RMC from the battles. It's the shitty thing about the Salvation. It doesn't have the crafting. Not that I'm aware of, anyway. But I can just scrape it off of ships and fill up my canisters that way, or just have a bunch on me before I take off. But no, that only helps me up to a point because of the wear and tear. And then not to mention them having random malfunctions. So if I have the two-handed salvage tool, that's not a big deal. I could have that like in case of emergency, I suppose. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have to take like a store all and throw it inside the Polaris and have a bunch of repair stuff. Actually have a purpose to my weapon racks. It won't be that big of a deal when you know, the crafting stuff is in. Now we have that like mobile crafting station we can load into ships. That'll make it okay. Let's hope patrols work in Pyro, dude. Pyro's never let me down. There is something oddly satisfying about doing these jumps using flight sticks. In third person, excuse me. I'm silently burping so much from the spicy food right now. Sure you all needed to know that. You're welcome. Doing this in third person with mouse and keyboard sucks. It's so hard to manage. At least in third person, I mean. First person is fine. The whole game feels good with sticks. Well, yeah, the game feels good with sticks. I can't do combat or shit with flight sticks, though. I need to practice it more, but I'm always like, oh, well, I can actually get this done using the mouse and keyboard. I'd probably die if I use the sticks. So I think that's the thing that mainly deters me. So I feel like maybe once in a while I should hop into Arena Commander and practice with sticks. That'd be a good idea. Something. Jump.
Is now.
I'm a professional. I know how to fly my ship. I wasn't worried. Totally under control the whole time. All that does is jump. I'm gonna be right back and run to the bathroom. Maybe after I farm the Idris, maybe that'll be when I try to practice combat with the sticks. My priorities are solely set on that Idris. Really Alright. Yeah, cool. Let's get some of these done. Yeah, first sticks like a month or two after first playing. Say learned on sticks. Yeah, I did the opposite. Yeah, I couldn't afford sticks for a while, even though there was like some fairly cheap ones out there. I just never got around to being able to afford it, really. Until a couple years ago. And then that was like... was it a couple years ago? Yeah, so that was already like 4, almost 5 years of me playing solely keyboard and mouse and having the muscle memory with that. I've been trying to get better about using the sticks just when traveling and getting accustomed to that, so I've gotten better in that regard. But also, as I've mentioned many a time, I need to get around to actually doing up the keybinds for it, or like installing the pre-made ones and get them to actually work with my sticks. I tried throwing them in there, but I don't think either I didn't do it right or it's not popping up or working with my sticks. I don't know. Right. Let's hope Patrol works at Bloom. $5K. Where's my other two? My 200? Nope. And 350. Damn, it is way down there in the list. Alright. Like I said last time, let's start with the 350. Try to get as many ace pilots as I can before 4.5 drops. I think what might prompt me to actually finish up doing my keybinds is when I go to mine the Quantanium I need for the Idris. Actually, I don't need to farm as much, I don't think.
I know it's dull shit.
Because there's, you need like, what, 50 Polaris bits? I have 20, so I only have to farm 30, and it's... I'm trying to remember. $20 or 24 Quantanium for a Polaris bit. You have, say, 4 screens, at least one will be the engineering one, but 3, it doesn't. I've seen every ship I have with 4 screens at it. Interesting, that's good. I mean, you could always switch up the screens once you're in anyway. But it's good that they're defaulting with that being up, because that's kind of vital. Hey, it's working. We're good. I probably should have... Oh well. Probably should have, grabbed a fighter, docked at arbitrary and grabbed a fighter, but oh well. I wanted to make sure they were actually working first.
Yeah, I don't see shit.
That's not what we want. I want you to see Ace Pilot Stows. I will go through the process of actually completing the contracts.
Think we're good.
Because I will need the scripts for Wikelo Favor. The Wikelo Favor of which I can't turn in. Maybe with their reworking of Wikelo and having like a rep system with them. Maybe that'll be what actually changes. That broken ass thing for me. Not being able to get Wikelo Favor via rip is frustrating. Definitely gonna be the last thing I go do. But if it wasn't broken, it would be something that I would go do every like 50 to maybe even like 500 script. I would go exchange them for Wikelo Favor. Just because like turning in enough script for just the Polaris, that shit took like an hour. Because of having to have someone else turn in the contract for me. Not a good time. Give me an Ace Pilot on the first one. I've been getting luckier out in Nyx. Could have been just that one day, but the couple of times I went to go do patrols, I was getting Ace Pilots. Just a shame that the pilots don't actually spawn.
Alright, let's get going. Head to the markers. Run a scan and see what's there. Look out.
Let's go. We
We
got an Ace on a scan locations part of the mission too. We really have no idea how the rep works. Right. I don't want to think about it. All I know is it better take into account that I already have a Wikelo Golem, a Wikelo Intrepid, that I got the Chrome Armor, that I got the Chrome LMG, and most of all, that I already have the Polaris from Wikelo. Because if I have to start from fucking square one with the Wikelo rep, I am going to be furious. Because that likely will mean that I won't be able to get the Idris, even if I farm all the parts, and I'll have to farm rep with him. It better just be doing, like, yeah, I'll get you a soda every day, Wikelo, and get that rep up. Like, what else are we going to even be able to do? Other than, like, getting armor and stuff, but... Keep my nose on him so I can see where he is. In case the marker disappears, and it didn't. I love Pyro, dude. Pyro is the least broken system. I love it. Now, if let's see how lucky I am, man. Whoa, 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 whoa. Desync? Okay, it moved. Desync, thank goodness. Thought I lost the marker. See how lucky I am to see if there's a 6th platoon medal in there as well. That'd be great. There's another patch. I mean, I'm not surprised. It was 7 gigs. This one is 5. Well, considering what we are getting in 4.5, I don't think it's really that surprising. I'm glad they're actively updating it rigorously. Rather than it being, oh well, here's what you get, have fun. Hope it works. Like they've done with other patches. I mean, engineering is a game-defining patch, so it's good that they're being so attentive to it. You were an Onyx. Okay. Well, yes, give me your helmet. Joel. Oh, bro, I love Pyro. We got a 6th platoon medal too? Yoink. Yeah, I gotta take advantage of this while I can. If I could just farm all of the Ace Pilot helmets and platoon medals before 4.5 comes out, I will be happy. I will be content. One note says updated Stanton flight music. And that's under core tech. Okay. Yeah, never mind armor or engineering. Light music is core tech. You know, because Star Citizen's all about the vibes. The organization of their patch notes kind of cracks me up sometimes. Alright, let's finish up this patrol and get the others knocked out. If it weren't for the fact that I need the script, I would just abandon and go to the next. I don't need the script. I have like 1K-ish? Probably like closer to 900 something script. Problem is I need 50 Wikelo favor. Oh, that's a scam. At least I can scan from pretty far in the players. Yeah, this is why I kind of wish I brought a little ship to throw on the side. Might have to make a detour. This is going to take ages. see the other marker.
Radar contact. Shields. Check fire. Shields. Let's keep it rolling.
And I won't have to crash into the probes like that either. Definitely another benefit. Starting a smaller ship.
Shields.
But now we know for sure that patrols are functional in Pyro, so we'll set up shop or obituary after I'm done doing his beams. Unfortunately, this is probably majority of what I will be doing for a while now. I might bounce between mining and this, since there's better quantanium mining in Pyro, and I'll get an opportunity to switch things up. But I do need to take advantage
Check fire. We're all good here. Move on.
of being able to use the Polaris. So, at least for patrols anyway. Last one. Free. And the obituary it is. That's one helmet down. 50 to, not 50, 49 to go. Surely in the 50 pilots that I end up, oh fuck, coming in too hot. I just collide into those ones instead of scanning it. I should try that. Would not be surprised in the slightest. It still counts.
That was all our scans.
Let's go get situated at obituary.
I'm not picking up anything. Shields are off.
Why is this sending me to an on point? What the hell? From 6, nearly 7 Gs away?
Auto drive is now on.
I'll take it, I guess. I have the list of stuff that I need over on my other monitor, and it is such a daunting list. I think the two things I guess Karenite, pure Karenite's gonna be pretty annoying too, but the two things I look forward to the least to farm, Onboard 5 and AAA Pearls. Everything else, aside from pure Karenite, gonna be a breeze. I've done like 10 solo Apex runs, and I have personally seen 0 AAA Pearls spawn at Apex in the span of doing like 10 runs. Yes, PTO, but you're at 110 FPS in Onyx. I mean, to be fair, with all the new shit in PTO, you would think it would be pretty bad FPS, so that's good. You're on DX though, right? You're not running Vulcan. DX with smooth motion, right?
Shields normal. You're clear to leave. Docking request approved.
Shit. I forget it likes the right side. Well, I guess we're gonna do a spirally maneuver here. That is the technical term for it. Oh my goodness, Sassy, you want attention at the worst times, I swear. I know you're trying to dock your ship, but you considered ignoring that. He's on my lap and just trying to rub anything. You are so neat. I will smother you once the auto docking is going, okay? You're so needy. Oh my goodness. I haven't actually like docked in a while because of Levski being so broken. Okay, come here. It's docking. Yes, Smothers. There you go.
Arrival complete. Welcome.
You gonna stay there? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna claim my wolf and my guardian. Probably the QI. I still have it. And set my spawn. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Sucks it's the... I mean, I understand why, but it sucks it's the L21 that Wikelo's given out and it's not the L22. I would love the L22 in those paints. It does make me tempted to melt the L22 and then just make it the cat it says. Melt the L22 and then oh wait. For the weapon kits, war bond only. This is kind of tempting to just melt the L22 for now. And then get the laser weapon kit. And throw that on the L21 from Wikelo. Even though the L22 handles better. It has less HP though, doesn't it?
Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility.
Are you 5% towards Idris? I don't know how to quantify the percentage, to be honest. You can use store credit? That's what you did? Okay, cool. I'll probably do that. Once I have the Wikelo Wolves, I will just melt the L22 and get the weapon kit. I'd say I'll tell you what I have. Actually, I'll list off everything needed, and then I'll tell you what I have as I go through them. Wikelo Favor, I have 0. I have a bunch of script. Not enough, but I have a bunch. Polaris bits, I have 20 of the 50 needed. I have 1 comp board 5 out of the 50 needed. I don't remember how much Karenite I have. I have like I don't know, 5 to 10, a handful. I don't know, somewhere around that. I actually might have like, I'll have to double check, but I think I have like 5 to 10. I think like 10 Valakar fangs out of the 50 needed. I have the MG scripts. I have 1 out of the 50 Ace Pilot helmets. I have 0 AAA pearls out of the 30. I have like 3 or 4 6th platoon medals out of the 30. I have 0 pure Karenite. I have like 10 ASD secure drives out of the 30. There's 30 needed for pure Karenite as well. And then I have recombinant XTL 123 PWL 2 out of the 45 total needed. So if it weren't for the Polaris bits, I'd say I'm probably about 2 to 5% of the way there. But because I have 2/5 of the Polaris bits necessary, I don't even know what that would be. Like I said, it's hard to quantify the percentage because there's also like hours necessary to be able to farm all of this shit. There's another reason why I'm going through. I want to see how long it takes a single person to, well, mostly single player, to farm this shit.
Your insurance claim has been sent.
Hopefully engineering won't fuck up the Ace pilots too bad. That's why I'm hyper focused on that right now. Up until 4.5's release, I am going to probably solely be doing Ace pilot farming. I might bounce to a couple other things here and there, but I am taking advantage of this patch to get the Ace pilots. I'm just hoping that the game doesn't do the thing where it's like, oh, you remember those medals you had? What medals? It'd be a shame if something were to happen to those.
Your insurance claim has been sent.
I haven't had medals disappear a single time between patches, so Just the only thing, yeah, oh, the metal not always spawning. Yeah. And to me, that's fine. Like, that's manageable. It's gonna be annoying. But the other thing to take into consideration, QV. QV stations have spawned multiple pristine metals for me. So, as long as I can get into the main loot room, that's another avenue for me to be able to get metals. And it's not listed here in the data mine, but I have a strong feeling they are going to require Vanduul metal unplating. You do need to explode the ship, but he doesn't get stuck in the ship anymore. The marker is there, so luckily no more. Oops, I blew him up because now that's the goal. Well, that's fantastic. That's good to hear. That does make it a little better. Do we think I can farm 50 ace pilots? 49 ace pilots? By the time 4.5 rolls around? Oh my god. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Actually, I'll keep the pulverizer on me.
Welcome to the A-Class Vehicle Retrieval System.
I am tired. I've been getting up at like 5 in the morning lately, 4 in the morning, so I think I may end up Wikelo S70. It seems like the Wikelo stuff that's in loot pools is the super easy stuff, which I'm moderately okay with. Don't tell me a Fresnel. Which Fresnel? Which Fresnel? No, no, no. Oh, a white Fresnel, okay. That's fine. Oh, Wikelo, good. I mean, you can farm that much, but can your sanity hold it together? Debatable. Definitely debatable. That's why I was thinking I might bounce between trolls and mining the Quantanium. Since I'm in Pyro, there's nothing, well, there's Valacar, but I'm not doing that with how the data centers are currently, so. As long as it'll be fine. I mean, I am going to end it here, though. Didn't get much done. I mean, we got an ace bio helmet. We got a recombinant. I'm not going to be streaming super late tonight. However, tomorrow I'll be doing a longer stream, so I'll be live a little earlier since it's the weekend. And probably stay live a little later. I'll make sure I have something caffeinated to keep myself awake. But I'd be exhausted. And so, I will continue this horrid grind that I'm putting myself through tomorrow. And we will try to get... Ideally, the goal is to get the 6th platoon medals and the ace pilot helmets before 4.5 rolls out to live. Will that happen? We'll just have to see. But we will continue that endeavor tomorrow. I appreciate you guys hanging out, enduring my horrible life decisions with me. Enjoy the rest of your day, evening, morning, whatever it may be for you. I will catch you all tomorrow.